Good morning. How y'all doing? What's going on? I know y'all could tell what side I got the best sleep on last night. Can you tell? Okay, so let me be real quick because my son got something to do and my grandbaby in there, so I'm on sugar duty this morning. So I'm gonna try and knock this out real quick. Do y'all remember when you was little and you got real sick? I mean, real sick. And grandma or somebody in your family, most times it was grandma, the stories I heard, would go in there and put a little of this in a pot and put a little of that in a pot and make you what she call a hot toddy. And it'll make you feel better. And grannies always had some good home remedies, is what they was called. And depending on how deep from the South your grandma was, or your people, period, you could also find somebody that knew exactly what the plants was around the house. And they would say, go get a little pinch of this, and go get a little pinch of that, and go get a little pinch of this. And you bring it back, and they would make something, and boy, you'll be shining like new money. Do y'all remember that? Is anybody old enough to remember that? Okay. So, I got a few questions about this, but I'm going to ask them later. So follow me, right? So, grandma and the old people. We just went over that. Now check this out. I watched 2 different documentaries some years ago. I really want to say it was close to 10 years ago. I'm always watching something, but these 2 stick out in my mind, okay? So the first one, there was this guy. I ain't gonna bring color into this because we don't, we ain't going there this morning. But there was a guy, and there was his little crew, and he was a news anchor of some sort because he had a little crew. They out there with their cameras and stuff, and they had went over to Africa, and they down up in the bush. And from the clothes and the hair, I must say it was like mid to later 80s, okay? And they out there in the bushes, and they just are watching and talking, and he on his microphone, and you see him, and you know what I'm saying? So he watching these Africans, and there's this man and this woman. The man sits the woman down in this chair, and he looked like he about to do a hair something. I'm like, hell going on out here in these bushes, right? Hold that thought. Okay. I'm back. Don't be looking at none of my junk either, okay? So, I thought he was about to do a hair or something. I'm like, what the fuck going on out here in these bushes? So we keep watching. I'm watching the man watching the man, right? So turns out, he tell his people, he say, go get me, go in them bushes, you know what I'm saying, in his language, obviously. But you can tell what he was saying, because what they did. He told them to go over there in them bushes and go give me some of this and some of that and some of this and some of that and bring it back. So I kept watching because I'm curious. So he made her eat a little piece of something. And then he took a bowl and he mixed up the rest of it with some water or whatever the hell he did, you know what I'm saying? Do you know this man? did open. Well, there ain't no other way to do it, but open. He did brain surgery on this woman while she was wide awake. Wide awake. I was sitting there like, word? Now, don't get me wrong. I watched it for a while, long while, because I was very, shocked and amazed. But, and it wasn't as clean as they, once he put her back together, it wasn't as clean looking and pretty as it be over here. But it worked. Awake. I said, well, damn. Well, damn. And then another guy. Oh, wait a minute. Before I leave this story. While the man and his little crew was in a bush watching him, he said, look at the witch doctor. And I was like, the witch doctor? Is that where this term comes from? And what does it mean, actually? Anyway, I'll get back to that. So then I watched another documentary. There was this man. He was living over in somewhere, some more bushes. Don't let me lie to you and say he was in Africa, because they didn't look like Africans. But they was some bush people, and they had some color to their tone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyway, so he lived over here for about a year, trying to convince the people of the land to allow him to get close enough to the mother of the tribe or whatever they was. Hold on again. I'm sorry, but I'm not blowing my nose on camera. Just not. Anyway. So he convinced these people. He stood for a whole year and convinced these people to take him to the head mama, grandmama, whatever she is, of the tribe. Now, this is the old lady with all of the knowledge and all of this and all of that. So, once he finally got up there to her, he had to sit up there around her for another 4 to 6 months before she really liked him, took him in. For real, right? And he sat there and he learned everything. He watched her make this and heal these people with this plant and these plants and all this. And he was in amazement. And then he stayed just long enough for her to show him where all the trees was at. I mean, specifically, like, have whoever that her people is to take him to these bushes and show him how to find them and pick them and, all that. So not too long after he learned everything, he was ready to go. Once he left, he came back over here, had some business meetings, and then they went back over there and started mowing down they shit. Cutting up everything, cutting down everything, and taking what they needed. And then they came over here with what they needed. And you know the rest. I know you do. I know you do. Anyway. So that gets me to thinking about my question. Is what our ancestors, is what they knew and did naturally, how did we begin to demonize it? How is it that we don't know what's growing in the forest preserves around us and in our yards? How do we not know that this will cure earache, or that will help with congestion? How we don't know that? Because grandma knew it. Matter of fact, there was a time that we knew how to make pancakes from scratch. Not out no damn box. Granny knew how to make it. She knew that if you took some flour and some this and some that and... All right now, I think it's time for me to go. Y'all have a good day.